Hi, my name is Hannah.
Hi, my name's Kendra.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, I'm a social worker here at the Wellness Center. I previously received an email from you stating that you had some concerns that you wanted to talk about. I just wanted to let you know that anything you say will stay in this room unless there's something that you mentioned that poses a risk to your safety or to the safety of others around you.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, as you probably know, I am a first year student here, and I got through midterms, but they were pretty hard. I'm also a first generation student, so navigating this whole college kind of world is really confusing for me, and I'm doing my best, but I'm feeling kind of discouraged, and it's hard for me to talk to my parents about it because they never have really been in a situation like this. Um, there's also some stuff going on back at home that are just making school a lot harder as well. So I just wanted to talk to you about those things and see what you think would be a good idea to get back on the right track and what people around here can help me and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So we have a bunch of resources. There's the club for first year or for first gen students, but you also mentioned something at home, things at home that are going on.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could would you feel comfortable talking about that today?
I mean, yeah. I have a younger brother, and my parents have been fighting a lot recently, I guess. And he's told me about it a little bit, and I don't really know how to bring it up to my parents. They didn't always have a picture perfect, super happy marriage, but I was never super worried about them. But now that I'm not there, I'm worried about what my brother is seeing or what he's going through, and I want to know what's happening, but obviously I can't because I live so far away, and I just don't know how to address it with my parents because obviously they're my authority figure, and I shouldn't be asking them things that they might not feel comfortable with, but I also want to make sure that my brother's safe and he feels comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked on the phone recently to either of your parents?
Well, my dad and I don't really talk unless we're at home. That's just the relationship that we have. My mom and I talk every once in a while. Sometimes it'll be a couple times a week. Sometimes we'll go a week or so without talking. I usually try and make a point of calling her on Sundays because that's what her mom did all the time. And so now that she can't talk to her mom on the phone on Sundays, I try and call her just so we can do a weekly check-in, but it's always pretty surface level stuff. I've never felt comfortable enough to ask her how they're doing.
So you mostly talk with your brother then?
Yeah, I mean he's only 12, so he doesn't talking to me a lot. But every once in a while, he will talk to me and just say mom and dad are fighting again or something like that. So.
So do you feel? So what I'm hearing from you is that this has been affecting your grades and with midterms and stuff.
Yeah, I try and put things in different boxes so that they don't worry me too much. But I'm just the kind of person that's constantly worrying, and that's definitely affecting me. It makes me feel tired because I'm constantly up, and I don't know how to make it work and with school and everything.
Um, so you've so we've talked about your parents. Do you feel like there's any way that you or maybe an extended member of your family could bring up and talk to them about the fighting, or like that?
Well, I guess my mom and her youngest brother are really close. His name is Brian. They talk a lot on the phone, and when my grandma died, they got really close because there's four siblings, but one of them lives in the same place that my grandparents do, and then one of them lives further away. But it's my mom and Brian that always take responsibility for stuff, so they got super close after that. And my grandpa just moved into a nursing home, so they're trying to sell the house and get everything out of there and stuff. So they talk a lot, and they've gotten pretty close. So maybe they could talk, but I don't know. I think Brian also has been married 3 times and divorced 3 times. So he has that personal experience, but I don't know if that would invalidate his opinions with my mom because she's kind of overbearing sometimes, and I don't know how she would take that.
Do you have any visits to home scheduled soon, or Thanksgiving break? Or
Yeah, I'm going home next weekend for hunting opener, but that's just gonna be pretty busy because I have to bring my cousins home with me, which is fine, but we're also just gonna be like a lot of us there, and I'll be out in the deer stand most of the time. It's kind of like the time that I get to spend with my dad, even though like we're in different deer stands and stuff, but it's something we like bond over. And then I think that they're gonna come down here for Thanksgiving, but I don't know for sure yet.
okay, so maybe we could work on finding ways to bring it up to your parents. Let's talk about how you're feeling that your brother is caught in the middle almost
Yes.
with your parents' fight and how that's
Mhm.
stressing you out with your grades.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So do you also feel like you could use some like resources to like help with like stress? Like
I think
just like to
so.
figure out like how to like relieve some of that stress?
Yeah, I've never been really good at that. I always like take on a bunch of stuff by myself and then I just get to a point where I like freak out and I shut down and then it's just really bad and I know I did that in high school and I know that if I do that here it's going to be bad because I don't know how I'm going to like pick myself up again and if I do shut down and like can't do anything for a week, I know I'm going to fall so behind that I'll be even more stressed out. So I just like I don't know how to deal with that and like make things fit and stuff like that.
Have you ever tried anything before, like trying to deal with stress?
Well, I'm really good about writing things down in my planner. That way I can like remember things. But sometimes I just feel so overwhelmed with all of my classwork that I don't know what to do first, or like I don't even know where to start just because there's so much going on.
Mm-hmm. So maybe what we could try to do is we could have like a different piece of paper for each of your classes and write down like the first thing that needs to be done and like the dates that they need to be due.
That makes sense.
And then you find the one that is due like the nearest
Mm-hmm.
and you just work on that one bit by bit. And then you're able to like cross that off or you could like ease the pressure by crossing it off. And then you could take like a little break maybe, like go and hang out with some friends and then you could come back and work on the next one.
I think that would help, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can like see everything and check things off.
Mm-hmm. Have you also met up? Are you like in any clubs or like have you met up with the First Gen Club?
I've never actually heard of the First Generation Club. So I definitely want to look into that. Otherwise, I'm in like my majors club, and I'm an ambassador, so I give tours all the time, which is also kind of stressful, but it's like fun and it looks really good on a resume. So.
Yeah. What is your major?
Social work.
Okay, so First Generation is a club that meets in Crisco.
Oh yeah,
Crisco
sure.
Commons. It meets on. Oh God. I know where this meets. I think it's like in the. I'm just gonna bring up. So I have my laptop here, and I can look up on the Winona State page.
Mm-hmm.
You can go and look up First Generation because it's the First Generation Warriors.
Okay.
Yep, right here. So they have meetings once a week. It's for the first person in your family to earn a bachelor's degree, and about like 40% of the students here at WSU are first gen students. So you'd find a lot of support around people that are also experiencing like being the first one in their family to go to college.
That's really cool. I didn't know that there was something like that on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look more into that. I think it'd be really nice to have people that are in the same situation as me. I didn't know that there were so many people that were first gen too. It makes me feel a lot better.
So I could set you up with the leader's email, and then I could have them reach out to you and figure that out.
Awesome, that'd be really good.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to set up another time to meet so that we can talk about different ways to like cope with stress? Like just like delve into that more because we didn't have as much time today to talk about that.
Sure. We can do something like next week or something.
Okay, I'll reach out and email to you when I email. So I can send you the email of the other person.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
Is it long enough?
Yeah. It's 9 minutes.